be proud
Right. To
of
embrace.
being Filipinos. He teaches them to be honorable. He teaches them to do their best. He teaches them to read and write alibata.
Wow.
Really?
Yes.
It's part of his curriculum.
He not his curriculum, but
But he just wants them to
You
know.
work with him, and we'll talk a little bit more about his curriculum. And if you want to ask some questions with Jordan about what it was like, so Jordan was a live-in disciple with Grandmaster. So back in the early
Really?
2000s, Grandmaster Knapp called for open tryouts in the Philippines, and boys came from every part of the Philippines. They had a training camp in Bulacan.
Wow. That's
So it was a farm in the middle of nowhere,
Fight this bull.
and I think they had maybe
More than 30.
this. Yeah, I think it was close to 60. I heard.
40s.
Yeah. Then after
About 40.
3 or 4 years, there were only 6 left,
wow.
And Jordan was one of them.
and Flash was one of them.
Yeah.
Those 6 boys are the last disciples. Well,
Direct.
the last disciples that Grandmaster Knapp turned out. Maybe I mean, anybody out there, that's my understanding. If I'm wrong, please, I don't know. But those are the 6. There was actually 7. One of them left a little bit early because they wanted him to teach at a really nice gym in Manila.
Oh, okay.
So there were 7 boys at
So he's
the
more
end.
called out than he would left.
Then went there.
3 of them went there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
That's crazy.
yeah.
Oh, that's intense.
And sometimes I heard so many stories of like the training. If you're not sweating, you're in trouble. If you're not sweating, if they're working on some type of if you're line drilling and master's watching, Nain, you're not sweating. Come over here.
Oh, shit.
You drink a pitcher of water. Get back out there. You're a little guy. You drink
Yeah,
a full pitcher of water.
You're full.
Then you go back out there. Or if you guys are working on a technique and 2 of us can't get it.
Right.
Oh, okay. No one eats today.
Wow.
And sometimes you don't eat for what? A week?
It's a week. The longest is a week.
At this now this was the Ardigma program.
Right. Yeah.
So the Ardigma program, what was your first training? First session, there's 3 sessions per day.
Right.
Starting at what?
Yeah. Let's.
Yeah, let's bring you in here, 'cause-
you want to grab another chip for this young man.
Yeah.
So
Okay, he's
this
gonna
is
do it.
crazy
All right.
because I've never heard of this, and that's just
In the whole world, listen to what he has to say. But in the whole world, there are maybe about 3. Sorry.
Don't worry about it.
That's a 1-point deduction
That's right.
for dropping your weapon.
That's right.
Hey, today you're not going to eat.
Yeah.
Folks, this is Jordan right here. We finally got him on that. Here, let's take the hat off so we can see your face. The lights are going to shine an ugly shadow in. There you go.
Yeah. Well, he
Look
didn't do
how
his
close
hair.
we're
He,
right
uh,
here.
Just for
Bogey little boy.
so I'm Jordan. I start the Yaoyan 2004. I was 13 years old. So,
13.
yeah, but the one he's talking about, we train 3 times a day, 3 hours per training. It depends what master.
3 times a day.
Yeah,
So that's 9 hours,
hours.
a day.
yeah.
Wait, it gets better.
But sometimes, if master don't see us sweating, especially the people like me, I get punishment many times. If I'm not sweating, I still continue until I sweat.
Right.
Drink pitcher of water. Me and Flash is always get drink water because we're the youngest that time.
Is that considered a punishment then that you're drinking water? Because I mean,
Yeah.
to me, it's like we get to
I
rest.
don't know if it's a punishment because
That's-
if you're not
that's-
sweating, then maybe you're not hydrated enough and you
Yeah,
can
yeah,
pass
that's-
out.
Well,
That's
that's
what I'm
like
saying.
that's like
Yeah, so I'm trying to
it's
figure
like
this out.
saying, hey, at soccer practice, hey, Ramos, you're not sweating. Drink this pitcher of water. Now run 5 laps. That's punishment.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, see, that's not.
Yeah.
That's not
Yeah.
trying to get you sweat. That's just punishment.
That's
for,
Yeah,
punishment.
just punishment.
Your
But
output's
af-
not high enough to be sweating.
After we drink the water, and then we still continue whatever we're doing. And then whoever already sweat, they're waiting for us to finish.
So they get a break while you guys have
Yeah.
to.
So your first training session was what time in the mornings?
Oh, we wake up at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. We clean about half hour. I think we start. I forgot now. I think we start 4 o'clock. We finish at 7.
At night.
No,
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 Four
morning.
in the
Oh,
morning.
for the
to
first 3
7.
hours.
Yeah.
We wake up at 3:30 to clean up. You know, we don't have a mat like this. We have the concrete. Then we have to do the bunot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and then we don't use the hand. We
Yeah, you have to
the
use-
feet. We
Right.
use by hand.
The hands.
You know.
So the bonut is coconut,
yeah, a coconut.
and the bottom of the husk of the coconut, when you scrape it on the floor,
Yeah,
it
you
makes it
scrub
really
it,
smooth.
and then with the wax.
It cleans. Yeah, it has
with
wax.
the-
It kind of waxes it out.
And then,
It's a real Filipino right
In the-
there. Look at
yeah,
that.
back in the
You know.
day, you'd use your
Yeah.
feet because your hands were tired. So
Right.
these guys,
You
you
have
have
to
to
use
squat
your
on the
hands.
ground and doing this. Holy crap! Your
Uh-huh.
shoulders must be burning, right? That's
we don't-
crazy because
we're
you're,
kids. We don't really.
they don't know this, but yeah,
Yeah.
that's some crazy, dude. I
then
used to
train
hate
for
doing
3
that
hours.
even with my feet.
Yeah, yeah. But after that, we're not. After we're training, whoever want the duty of cooking, you're gonna cook, and then us, because we're done training, we're gonna sit. No, hell no. We go to the farm. We plant our vegetables or fruits. or
Oh, you still have to work.
Yeah, we still.
Oh yeah,
work.
somebody has to keep the farm going.
Yeah, and then time to eat. That's the only time we go back to the gym and then eat. And then
Is
we
this
rest
child
a little bit.
labor? I mean, what the hell,
It's the Philippines,
dude?
bro.
I
No,
mean,
they just it's like
There were
I mean,
they're training.
There were
The
people
training
leaving
is-
in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
I mean, it's tough. It
well,
was
I can
tough.
imagine. I mean,
Yeah.
just listening to half the shit you're saying.
Yeah,
I-
Sounds like
but
special forces training.
yeah.
The way
right.
Master taught us that time, he just want us to learn
Right.
not only the art.
But everything else.
Yeah, everything else you have to learn
Cook.
because he always said this one, you're gonna bring that when you grow up. You know, when you have your own family, you're gonna bring that.
You have to learn how to
Yeah.
cook.
Dude, he had a
plan,
character
yeah.
farm. He built
And then-
character.
Yes.
The sad thing,
Yes.
the sad thing for us before, if you mess up the food, we're gonna throw that food.
No one eats.
Yeah, and no one eats for a week. You know, but
One-
I'm telling you now, we're not eating. We're not just not eating because it's like in my area, I have banana area. So whatever. Now my batchmate will know. I have the banana area. Every time I see a fruit, I hide it because it's the same thing. They do it the same thing. Now
So
I'm still
just in
eating.
case.
Yeah,
just
just-
oh,
yeah.
we don't need this
I'm
week.
still
I got
eating,
bananas.
just
I have a
not the
banana hidden
regular
somewhere.
food.
That-
So they had the 4 to 7, and then
After-
1 to 3.
1 to
no,
3,
1 to 4.
1 to 4.
1 to
because 3
4,
hours.
and then
And then 7 to 10.
7 to 10.
The hell
So
do you
4
sleep?
a.m.,
7.
10 p.m.
Right.
No, 7.
You
8,
work
10.
in between, and you're not allowed to sleep. If you get caught sleeping,
Spray with a
don't say that on camera.
Say it.
No.
This is the internet.
No, don't say
They,
that.
they
Don't say.
spring.
You get in a lot of trouble if Master found you sleeping.
We're gonna talk more about this off camera.
Yeah, off camera we can talk about, but I don't.
I'm all for. They want to know.
No.
Because I know.
No.
That's just crazy.
Yeah.
But,
Dude, I'm gonna last maybe a half hour.
Yeah.
Because
but-
that's
but
just,
the
dude,
training-
I don't know, man.
Yeah, the training is hard. And then when Master get mad, he lecture you in a good way.
Right.
You know, because it's for your own. You know, it's not because he get mad. He just
Not just because he's mean.
lecture you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's for you. You know, it's for
Well,
you.
like Mike was saying, is that he had this sense of bringing out the best in you.
Yeah.
Like he
Yeah,
knew
yeah,
where your
yeah.
limit was, and he knew how to push you beyond it.
Way beyond it. Yeah.
And that's crazy because that's very difficult. We just had a conversation with an individual talking about human behavior and how important it is to know yourself and how you learn, but to take it a step further and understand how other people learn and to push them. I mean,
Yeah,
I have
that's
to agree
crazy.
with you. That's genius level.
Yeah.
That has to be.
Yeah. I mean, how do you take all of that to 13-year-olds?
Yeah.
These guys are young.
And we've met
even
him
quit.
before, and some of
Huh?
them
I
quit.
even quit.
You quit?
Yeah, I quit. Within a year, I quit. Me and my cousin.
You're kidding. Wait,
Yeah,
so
I
you didn't
quit.
finish?
No, he
I
went
quit
back,
and then I
apparently.
went back.
Yeah, he didn't. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I stopped training
How long?
3-4 months, and then my dad called me and then he said, "Go back there." And then I don't have no choice.
So when he arrived, when he arrived,
Right.
he joined the training, but Grandmaster wouldn't talk to him, he wouldn't correct him,
Yeah.
he wouldn't,
Oh, when I
nothing.
come back, yeah, when I come back,
You had to earn his respect again.
Yeah,
yeah, because when I come back, I'm not decided yet if I stay or because I'm only waiting one person that time so I can get my money and then go back.
Right.
But when my dad said just go back in training, and then in my mind I don't want to go back anymore.
So
I
he's
don't-
thinking, how do I escape now?
yeah.
I'll just move to
Yeah.
Manila.
Well, he didn't have any commitment, and
Yeah.
that's
But
what
this
Master
is
saw.
in the farm, not in Manila.
Oh, I know,
I
but
mean-
that's right.
It's in the
You're
farm.
going to escape from the farm and run to Manila. Don't
I've
go
been
home.
there, it's like being in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
I mean, you are we went there for our training camp in 2017. I mean,
Right.
we went,
To that same
That's
spot.
right.
yes,
Yeah,
the
that was
Ardigma training camp.
Oh wow.
We went there, and I don't know how to describe it to you. I don't know where around here I can say,
Right.
yeah, it's like
It was
if we
like
go
this place,
down
yeah,
here,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like there's nothing. I
It's
mean,
like a farm in the middle of the
Yeah.
Vietnamese jungle.
Yeah, it's in the farm, and then our neighbors like really far. You
Yeah.
know, it's really far.
In any direction.
Yeah, I know.
The closest neighbor we have is maybe from here to maybe
Mile or
in the-
two
in
that
the-
way.
No, no.
No, not a mile.
Maybe the gas station right here. That's the
Okay.
closest
It's like-
neighbor we have.
That's a quarter mile.
Half a mile.
it's a really small. When people say small town, I
Right.
mean, you guys are from the city.
Yeah.
I mean, when people say small town to you guys, you probably think, oh, Sacramento, Lodi, you know, what
Yeah.
Galt,
Daly
Galt,
City.
oh, Galt, I got
Daly
you.
City.
Yeah, Daly City. But this is really, I mean,
no.
this makes Mayberry look like,
Yeah, 100
you know,
people
San
in town.
Francisco. Yeah. So, I mean,
There's 100 people in town.
maybe, I don't know.
100 locals. Hey, you're not from here.
Yeah, everybody knows.
Yeah.
Everybody knows it. So
Wow.
that is something. Then you had to learn how to farm too. Then,
Yeah.
right? You're
Plant
planting.
vegetable.
How to cook?
How to cook.
How to cook.
Because if you don't cook right, you ain't eating.
Were you chasing the manok around and trying to get them?
No, we don't have chicken.
No chickens.
No chicken.
What kind of farm?
We don't have
Vegetable
chicken.
farm.
We buy our.
Oh, you
chicken
go into
meat.
town
Yeah.
and get what you
But
need.
there's a piggery there for pork. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, but it's not ours.
No wonder you know how to
Yeah,
cook
yeah,
pig really good.
But we don't eat
Folks,
pork.
if you ever get a chance, get invited to their freaking Christmas parties. They do lechon here like crazy. They cook it out in the back. It's nuts. Holy crap.
But they weren't allowed to eat pork back then.
Yeah,
the
we're
Yaoyan
not allowed.
disciples are not allowed to eat pork.
Yeah.
He just cooks
See,
it.
yeah, when I joined there,
Have you tasted any of his cooking? He always puts on YouTube or anywhere that he's
Yeah.
cooking.
I can't taste it through the screen, can I?
Dude, you gotta come here. We were here one for the Christmas. I
I'm
think.
sorry.
You've been to
Was I
several
invited?
of them.
Yeah,
I
right.
wasn't.
Me and Danny.
Yeah.
he didn't tell you?
Well, the
Known
next
you for
one.
8 years, almost 8 years.
Hopefully, we can have one this year. We usually do 2 parties
Yeah,
here.
get an invite.
Mike, can you invite
I
me
will-
directly because I'm not
personally,
going to wait for
yes,
this guy to do it.
I will invite you personally. So we usually have one in August. That's the Yaoyan anniversary.
Right.
And then we have our
Yeah, we've been to the anniversary, yeah.
our holiday party in Christmas at Christmas time.
We've been to the holiday, the anniversary one.
Yeah.
In August, okay.
That was pretty good. The food, just food laid out everywhere. I'm like,
Yeah.
ooh. I was surprised it wasn't kamayan. What's wrong with
We can do it like that.
we can do it.
can do
There's
it
plenty
like
of tables.
Boodle fight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, go to mine. Just grab everywhere.
Save
Yeah,
a lot of
you
save a
have
lot
seen
of
that.
money
I've
on.
seen that. I couldn't go that day. You
Yeah.
invited me, but I couldn't go.
Dude, that was nuts. It's a lot of fun.
Kamayan is fun.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah.
Just eat.
But during COVID, I don't know.
Yeah. I know.
Oh yeah,
Come
no,
on,
hell no.
come on, is
Might be
eating
a
with
bad
your
I'm
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Don't invite me.
Put a bunch of banana
I can't
leaves
go.
in
I
the middle
got
and
something
just
on
all
my
the food.
calendar.
Yeah.
So let's move on from Yaoyan to Doce Pares because Doce Pares is one of the older Filipino martial arts, isn't it? 1939, even? Back-
1932.
Yeah.
Before 1932,
Yeah.
they had the Labangan Fencing Club,
Right.
Labangan.
and that's in Cebu. And so I think the people who founded the Dos Pares Club in 1932 came from Labangan Fencing Club. Some of them, and
Now, I've always understood the story of the Doce Pares, of the 12 pairs, that there were a bunch of different guys who all came under the same umbrella. and then they broke off from that. Is that
Yes.
all
How,
correct?
yeah, how did that?
That's how that.
Yeah. So obviously I wasn't there. But
the
my
beard suggests otherwise.
Yeah.
but my understanding was yes, when it was the Doce Pares Club in 1932, different people. This guy might be the master or expert at empty hands. You might be the expert with a knife. He might be an expert with a double stick. And they would all go there and they'd train together and share and work out. You
Right.
know? So what I like about the Eskrima that comes out of Cebu is
Yeah.
most of it, I think, came from
From the Dos Pares.
from the Doce Pares, the club,
The group,
club,
yeah.
the
yeah.
club,
Right.
and they broke out. So I mean, if the four of us train every day and,
Right.
and we're all pretty decent, then maybe this guy's the best, and you're the,
Yeah.
and so on and so forth. If we all break up, we're pretty much on the same
Same
quality.
level, right? And that's where because you hear the stories that even back then, like shortly after that breakup of the 12, everybody started going their own way. Balintawak went in one way with Bicon, and the Doce Pares, the Cañetes, they all
Yes.
broke off, and everybody started doing Paquiti. I don't know if Paquiti was even there at that time. I don't think they were one of the founding groups, but all the different groups, they broke off, and then it was like, okay, my master better than your master. They'd have the death duels and stuff
There
like that.
was a lot of duels at the time.
Okay, so I've been going back and forth to Cebu for about 20 years now.
Yeah.
And for my training, I train in Doce Pares. I train with all the senior instructors.
Right.
But some of the things that I try to do is I would try to find and train with some of the players. Some of
Yeah.
the players
Manongs of-
with maybe not so famous names
Right.
that we never heard of
Oh, okay.
from each. So I've trained with people from who were active in the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, 80s, up until till now. And I asked them these stories. Well, what about the death match? I'm sure there was a lot of that, but to me, from my understanding, from my talking to the people that I meet who are from there, what was really common is now remember, we're all friends, we're training, we broke up. Oh, hey, Nain has a couple good students. Oh, well, let's bring Bobby and the guys over there and let's find out. So they get over there.
Right.
Okay, no hitting in the head, body only. And then when I start losing, boom, hit her in the head. So there was a lot of that. But they were really hitting and playing, but it always was, I can't, this guy's always ahead. I have to, boom, sorry, bro.
Soften him up.
So, there was a lot of that. And remember,
Accidents.
they didn't have any protective gear
Right,
then.
right,
So,
It used to get crazy.
I mean, you got to be good.
Right.
You got to be good. You got to be brave to put yourself out there like that. So,
Well, and then later on in the years, like especially when the wars came about, you have people like Leo Giron, and talking about that their stuff is combat proven.
Right.
Because Huron, Michael, that's you, and referencing your dad, these guys were actually able to use these things
Yeah.
in real application.
Yes.
And really,
In the bush. Yeah.
just use it for, I mean, it's proven that FMA really worked the way
Yeah.
it was intended to
The 45 was created
because of that.
because of
The
Filipinos.
Filipinos kept coming at you no matter what you did.
Yeah.
But that's just some crazy stuff, because like you said,
Is that the
stories-
1911?
Yes,
Yeah.
the 1911 was created because of the little
and you
Filipino
think
people.
about it, right? These stories, a lot of them were not embellished. You know what I mean, embellished, where they
Yeah.
make it bigger than what it was.
Yeah.
But like you were saying, no, they really fought and tried to almost kill each other. But they did put out rules that
but
they did not
imagine,
follow.
yeah, we're friends.
Yeah,
we're
we're-
friendly rivals.
Yeah, and we're still trying to kill each other. Because they
Yeah.
didn't want to look bad. Well, he's
Yeah.
getting the better of me. Let me hit him really hard one time to slow him down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But that's
yeah.
crazy.
I'm always one or two moves behind. Naeem, it's okay. No hitting in the head. Oh, sorry, Brad.
I went for your shoulder.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You
sorry.
did. You walked
Yeah.
into that
Yeah.
one.
So there was a lot of that, and I think you learn pretty quick like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
Now, what's the truth about because the other story that you always hear is that Filipino martial arts was not a socialite system like Chinese or on any other systems. You had a school, you had a whole thing.
You were looked high
Filipino
upon
martial
in the
arts was always in the
community.
backyard, in a garage, or out in the field somewhere, and they never really had
In a
an
farm.
open school until the Prestes brothers came out and said, "Hey, let's make this a Filipino thing, right?"
That's in Luzon.
Luzon,
In
right?
Luzon.
So yeah, so I don't really have much knowledge, or I know the names, I
Yeah.
can recognize the movements, but
Right.
I don't know enough to comment about
Yeah.
that for the Luzon
Right.
systems and things like that. Someday I want to learn about them
Right.
and explore them and whatnot, but I don't know enough to comment
Yeah,
about
well,
that.
because again, you hear these stories, and
Yeah.
and I've always wondered how much of that is true,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and how much of that has been blown up to make it seem more mythical than it really was.
Well,
Yeah, what was it like in the Doce Patas then? Like, how did it come from it just being a group of guys practicing in the backyard to it being a larger?
More
well,
international.
think
International.
well the Cañetes took over. They kept proper. Well, I shouldn't say they took over. When the Doce Pares broke up, and then Anshong Bacon and his group, they went and that faction they went and started their own, which we know is Balintoa
Oh,
now.
yeah, right.
Excellent martial art
Right.
from Cebu.
Right.
The Cañetes they did a good job propagating their art.
Right.
They took it around the
Well,
world.
they, like I said, they were one of the more popular ones that people would say, "Oh yeah, Doce Pares, we know that for a fact. We know that's da da da." But you kind of wonder, of the stories that you hear, mostly gangsters, thugs, and thieves were learning FMA.
Is that part true?
I don't know. I don't know about that because
Because there was never a real school of Filipino martial arts.
I
There was
know.
always clubs.
I know maybe one generation or two generations older